Hi everyone, Sailor Mars Ray here, and today I always talk about when I go out with my father. Now, for anyone who knows, everybody knows, in the drawing books and later on in PGSM, the live show, my father is brought up a lot. Now, in the drawing show, no, he's never talked about, and we never hear about him. Now, every once in a while, I do go out with him. And if anyone has saw PGSM, you would know that I've had this really on good, not so good kinship with my father. Now, it all started after my mother died, and he wasn't there to see her when she died, and for a long time I never forgave him for that. But he was in lawmaking, so I always had this belief that he would, work me in to make himself look good. So I really wanted nothing to do with that. Well, it seems out that years later that the truth is he was too busy that night, and that's why he could not show up. He wanted to show up, but I never forgave him for that for many, many years. For anyone that doesn't know about that that came through PGSM, the live show. So the truth is, in the drawing books, I guess, and now even then doesn't really come up in the drawing books either. He does kind of show up in the drawing books, need be, I don't know, but even then he's not really that much. So every once in a while, not even truly that much, every once in a while, I go out with him. I mean, we have a good time, but don't get me wrong. Sometimes I think that he only does this because he wants to make himself look good. Like, look at me, I'm the loving father. You want me as a lawmaker, look. Well, that was always my held belief over it for many years. And some folks might say, oh, well, wait a minute, hold on here, Sailor Mars, Ray. If your father is never talked about in the drawing shows either by DEIED or Cloverway, or by Viz, or by Toei, and you don't really get talked about in the drawing books, but there might be some other side books that were made that may have been it. Why did PGSM bring them up? Because I think that's the first time my father was ever brought up, was in PGSM, the live show. Now, even though I have forgiven him for that, it took me a long time to forgive him for that. But yeah, that's where I'm going today. I'm going out with my father today. Well, without to eat, do not know. We don't really, the asking thing doesn't truly come up until until we go out. Then it comes up. So yeah, that's what's going on. Now some folks out there might say, well, why did it take you so long to forgive him for what happened? Well, after my mother died, and I was sent to live with my grandfather, who, yes, we all know him. He shows up in every offshoot he shows up, at least in the drawing shows and the books, but not so much, not at all in the PGSM show. And we all know he runs the holy house, the Sentuous house, and that's where I mostly live after that. Does it really shift that much? No, Because the truth is, it keeps the same from the drawing film, even to the books, even in PGSM, so that doesn't shift that much. So at the end of the day, yeah, that's where I'm going. And you might wonder why it took me a long time to forgive him, and that was it. Because for a long time I always thought that he didn't love me or didn't love my mother, and he didn't come to see her when she died, and well, the forgiveness was as he was too busy, and that truly was the forgiveness. And now I do forgive him, but sometimes that comes up. Now, a lot of folks might wonder, did he do sorry for that, does he do these outings as a way to make himself look good as a lawmaker? I don't think so. One might come up with that belief, but I don't think so. Well, that's what I used to think, and sometimes that's what I believe. So anyone who has ever, I guess you read the drawing books or saw the drawing show, you'd be like, hey, that didn't happen, it didn't come up, but if you at least watch PGSM, and I don't really think there was any lawful way anyone could ever watch it, because it was never freed out beyond Dawnland, then you know what I speak about. Even though the saga does shift a bit. So, that is my saga about my kinship between me and my father. So anyway, if you like this film, then follow me over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the other film we made yesterday over here, when Sailor Mercury talked about, something. It was good. I mean, it's a good film. Oh, the badly made web shooter. That's what the film was. I, Sailor Mars Ray, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.